Breaking weather coverage continues now. Our team coverage, and we're actually heading out to security where we've been watching the drama play out live here. This morning, meteorologist Luke Victor, we're talking about some water on the roadway there in that intersection. What's happening? What is the latest out there?
Well, Matt, some good news for you. They have drained out the water that we were seeing. It actually seems like we had some sandbags that got drawn into the drainage, and this worker here, the guy with the orange vest on, he was looking like he was fighting for his life to pull these sandbags out of these little drainage areas. There was one on the other side too that got pulled out a little bit earlier, but it was causing some problems. Some folks who were driving through it with their windows down. I saw one person who literally got a bunch of water into their vehicle. But the good news is this intersection here, Security in Main, Security in Whitefield, is now clear of the water. We don't have to worry about it. So we'll probably hop back here into the breaking weather chaser. I also have to suggest you probably don't want to be going out with a coat on, but we've been in the chaser for most of the morning. It's been pretty toasty, so I kept the coat off. But again, if you're heading out and about, you'll maybe want that check here as you're heading outside. Matt.
Luke's just trying to show off his muscles there. Hey, we want to get another live look for you, a check of the roads, a little bit higher up in elevation where it definitely looks like it's...
Meteorologist Luke Victor has been in our 11 breaking weather chaser all morning long. Luke, I know you're having a lot of fun. Where are you at right now?
Yeah, so guys, right now we're on Highway 105. We're hitting it eastbound. Eastbound, right? Eastbound. Yeah. We're eastbound right now. Sorry, it's been a long morning, but we're taking it right now, and I'll go ahead and flip the camera around and show you a beautiful view. Now, as Sydney was mentioning, not everyone got in on the snowfall, but a gorgeous view as we're driving here through parts of Black Forest as we're approaching Highway 83. Pristine springtime in Colorado scene where you've got the beautiful evergreen trees that are covered in the wet, heavy snowfall, and then the roads that are just wet at this point in time. We came through here about 5-ish this morning. It was pretty slushy, so improving road conditions, even in the spots that saw a little bit more snowfall here early on this morning. We also saw some pretty big visibility issues, especially as we got closer to Highway 83, and it seems like that's still the case as we're starting to crest this hill. You can see those trees off in the distance are a little bit tough to see. So as you get further north and especially east away from Colorado Springs and you get up onto the terrain, especially on the Palmer Divide, watch out for some slow spots with some of that lower visibility. But for right now, the roads continue to remain mostly wet and not really a huge deal. And especially the further south you get where we're just seeing rainfall, that's really all you have to worry about is a couple wet roadways. And obviously, another thing that Sydney mentioned is it's much better that, you know, we're not having to deal with huge snow impacts, and we still got the moisture anyway. So really nice at this point in time to kind of see this storm system slowly but surely wind down. We'll have more for you here coming up a little bit later in the broadcast.
Right now at this moment, it's 9:32.
Well, guys, we actually took a stop because the roads, you know, they're pretty wet and really not too slushy or slick at this point in time. But I just wanted to give you guys a cool little perspective of the storm that we dealt with. So the snow level around 7,500 feet yesterday afternoon. We're actually out here at the overlook, and you can see it here along the Rampart Range, in particular at the Waldo Canyon burn scar, where you can basically see where it was snowing and where it was raining. You could see that very well-defined line between where there's white and where it starts to get a little bit more brown as you get further down in elevation. I just thought this was a pretty cool view that we have, and obviously our breaking weather chaser has some pretty interesting capabilities. You can actually zoom in pretty good on this thing, and you can see some pretty good detail in the Rampart Range that we're seeing here early on this morning. But just an interesting little perspective on this storm that was a little bit of a headache for us meteorologists, but again, the much needed moisture definitely welcome here in southern Colorado. Guys?
That's pretty cool, Luke. Thank you so much for that. Remember to download the KKTV 11 Breaking Weather.